In 1777, the American Revolution was at a crossroads. The British planned a masterstroke to cut the colonies in two by seizing the Hudson River Valley. General John Burgoyne began his march from Canada, confident of a quick victory. The first clash happened at Freeman's farm. Although the British held the field, they suffered heavy casualties. The Americans, using guerrilla tactics, proved they could stand toe-to-toe with the world's most powerful army. Weeks later, at Bemis Heights, the Americans struck again. Led by the daring, yet later infamous, Benedict Arnold, the Continental Army broke the British lines. Burgoyne's army was trapped and exhausted. On October 17th, 18,000 British and Hessian troops surrendered. It was a shocking defeat for the British Empire. For the first time, a full British army had been captured by the American rebels. Saratoga was a turning point. This victory convinced France that the Americans could actually win. France officially entered the war as an ally, providing the money, ships, and troops needed to secure American independence. News of the American victory at Saratoga spread rapidly across Europe. For years, the American rebellion had seemed like a hopeless cause. But now, the impossible had happened. A full British army had surrendered. In France, American diplomat Benjamin Franklin used his victory to convince the French government that the Americans could truly win. Soon, France agreed to support the revolution with money, weapons, and eventually soldiers and ships. Saratoga transformed the war. What began as a colonial rebellion now became an international conflict. With French support, the balance of power shifted dramatically. The British Empire now faced enemies not only in America, but across the seas. Supplies, naval strength, and morale all began to favor the American cause. Victory at Saratoga did not end the war. The struggle continued for several more years. American soldiers endured hunger, cold, and uncertainty. Yet the belief that independence was now possible kept them fighting. Saratoga had given them something more powerful than weapons: hope. With international support and renewed determination, the Americans continued their fight until final decisive victories years later. The momentum created at Saratoga eventually led to British defeat and negotiations for peace. The dream of independence was no longer impossible. The Battle of Saratoga became the turning point of the American Revolutionary War. It proved that an empire could be defeated and inspired movements for freedom around the world. More than just a military victory, Saratoga marked the birth of a new nation and a new idea that people could fight for and win their own destiny.